today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on this lovely book. It's titled Golibe by Adeswuwa O'man Nwokedi. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hey, maybe this is going to be the new theme song whenever I do book reviews. I don't know why I just sang that, but yeah, let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Rachel here. As always, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a thing. Like this video as well and just drop a comment so that it is circulated to as many people as possible. Now you guys, first of all, before I continue, do you know that I filmed a full book review? When I say full book review, a full book review of this book that I'm about to talk about. I filmed a full book review, almost 16 minutes long. I was there laughing, enjoying myself. I was dancing. I was all over the place talking about this book. Guys, my mic was not connected. As in, I almost fainted. I was like, no, this is not happening. This is not happening. So yeah, I have to. What you're watching now is like the second time around of this video. So yeah, let's get into it. But of course, I'm going to come with the energy because I have a lot to say about this book and I really enjoyed it. So let's get into it. So this is my first Adesuwa O'man book. I have not read, and I think she used to go by the Fertile Chick before, but I think she was writing and releasing books in soft copy, maybe on BAM books. I'm not sure because my friend Shion has been talking about her since, I can't even remember, Fertile Chick. And I'm like, oh my goodness, please, like, I need hard copy because I'm a hard copy baby. But then the books were all like in soft copy. So I'd never really read anything from her before. So this is my first Adeswuwa O'man Nwokedi title. And I'm glad that I read this as my first one. Or at least I'm glad that I read this. Because one thing about me is that when I try authors for the first time, I better like your book the first time so that I can defend you any day, anytime, you know. But I really like this book. It was a page turner for me and I'm excited to get into it and talk about it. Let's talk about Adeswuwa O'man Nwokedi. Investment banker by day, romance writer by night, Adeswuwa O'man Nwokedi began writing by accident. And what started as a few scribbles for friends has led to 28 titles. Wow, that's amazing. And counting. A self-described hopeless romantic. When she's not creating new characters, she's a loving wife and a mom of 3. So like I said, the title of the book is Golibe. It's Nigerian fiction. It's a fiction book written by a Nigerian writer. And it is a journey of self-discovery and a journey of love. So on the back of this book, it says she embarks on a mission to find her birth parents, but finds herself on a journey of love and self-discovery. Now, that's what is at the back of this book. So I thought that the synopsis was not complete. Then I checked it out on the internet and I saw that that's actually what the book is about. Okay, so it's about the story of Golibe, a young woman who embarks on a mission to find her birth parents, but instead finds herself on a journey of love and self-discovery. And to be fair, I think that that actually really captures what this book is about. Just to let you know that my phone actually just died. It's like they don't want me to talk about this book. I must talk about it. I must talk about it. I've charged the phone now. I must talk about it. The book was published in 2017. As I said, maybe she published it as a soft copy, but now it's been in circulation as a hard copy. And it was set across different locations like London, Ogwashi in Delta State, Lagos, Enugu. So it was set across different places in Nigeria and also abroad, the UK. As the synopsis says, is about a young girl, Golibe, who goes in search of her birth parents. And I know I've done a good job so far on this channel of giving non-spoiler book reviews. So I will try to give non-spoiler book reviews. Now, so this book is about this young lady who discovers that her parents, who she has been thinking were her parents, are not her parents when they actually pass. They don't pass at the same time, but they pass within years of each other. And then so she's in the UK and then she then decides, okay, I'm going to go to Nigeria to find my birth parents because a guy that she was dating, who, they were going to spend the rest of their lives together. But I think his parents were like, oh, she doesn't even know where she's from. And she overhears that conversation. So that makes her want to actually go and look for her birth parents, which she now knows are in Nigeria. And I really love the plot of this book because once the book starts, it actually gets right into it. And this book, I would say that this book was, heavily plot driven as opposed to character driven. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful page turner. Like from the beginning of the book to the end, you just want to keep turning the pages. I love the plot twist. This book had me hollering at like 11 o'clock in the night, like, hey, ha, wow, no, now, hey, whoa. Like, I had so many different expressions, and I really thank Adeswuwa O'man for that because I really missed that with my reading experience. And I know that I've taken a break, but I really, really missed that. Staying up late at night and hollering at different plot twists. I really loved the plot of this book, and I thought that it was perfectly executed. I thought that it was well written and it was very intentional and very well developed. I like the flow of the book, and I like the fact that it just made you want to keep turning the pages until you got to the end. So I really appreciated the way there was that build up to the climax, there was the resolution, and then there was that final closing, which just had me smiling towards the end of it. Like, wow, okay. So I would say it's mostly drama, plot twist, I was about to say a sprinkle of romance, but yeah, there was a lot of romance here. So she goes to Nigeria to find her birth parents, and in the midst of all that journey, she then embarks on her own journey of self-discovery and also falls in love, in the most unlikely places, because that's not really what she was going there to do. So I really like the plot of this book. I love books that once they start, they literally get into the meat of things, not the one that you're wasting time before the person gets to Nigeria telling us about her whole life. This one, literally from the first few pages, it got right into it. There were some times where I'll be there trying to add things up, but then the plot twist would just come and shake me off and make me feel like I didn't even know what I was reading, or like you'd be like, no way, how, and you just wanted to know what happened next. So I thought it was a well executed plot. So I give kudos to the author. Next, I'll talk about the writing style of this book. I really love the writing style of the book. It was written in the first person narrative of Golibe. So Golibe was able to share her journey, and you felt like you sort of stepped into her life. Now, while I don't particularly feel like I connected with her much as a character, which I will discuss more when I talk about the characterization, but I was able to understand some of what she felt, and you basically just journeyed with her. That's just the truth. And you also became self-aware with her. Some of the plot twists that were felt, her shock and all of that. It was really great. So I really liked the writing. It was easy to understand. It flowed. There was I noticed that there were a little bit of typos, but I'll let it slide because it's like, yeah, I really loved the book overall, right? But then also I liked the Igbo, like putting Igbo language into the book and all of that. But I really liked the way the writer was able to execute the first person point of view and first person narrative from Golibe's narrative of what happened. This book was well written and I would recommend any day, anytime. Let's quickly talk about the characterization. I felt like the characters were really well developed, to a large extent anyways. Maybe not as developed as I would have liked them to be, but like I said earlier, I felt like this book was heavily plot driven as opposed to character driven. So if you ask me to describe Golibe for you, for example, now I might not really be able to write up to half a page to describe the kind of person she is, maybe because I didn't really connect with her character, other than the fact that she was an overreacting person, especially towards the end. I don't know if you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. When she was there overreacting, like I don't know what, because me, I feel like she overreacted, like, girl, like what's going on? So for people who have not read the book, I'm kind enough not to give any spoilers. I will not give any spoilers. But yeah, I felt like she overreacted and it was just so unnecessary. But I understand for the writing of the book, some of these things are really drawn out to create that dramatic effect and give such a nice ending, in the climax and the resolution. So yeah, I would let it slide. I feel like that was fine. But yeah, I feel like the characters were nicely developed, maybe not to the large extent that I would have wanted them to be. But to be honest, when a book is like largely plot driven, I don't really expect like deep development of characters. I would, however, say that I really love Duke's character. And you see, this is my problem when I read fiction and non-fiction. Because tell me why I've read Duke's character and I've fallen in love with him the same way Golibe has fallen in love with him. Now, I am there now entering into, is it a Bolt? Bolt is like the equivalent, Nigerian equivalent of Uber. I enter into my Uber. And wait, first of all, when the Uber guy calls me, this is 2 days after I've read this book. 2 days after I've read this book. And then the Uber guy comes, and then his voice is very deep and like rich, right? So the way they described Duke's own. And then he comes to get me, and then he's tall, he's like dark. I think he's slim as well. And then he has this afro, and then he has like beards, and everything is like disheveled, and it's like whatever, whatever. And I'm like, oh, this. And now, do you know, when I entered into the boat, you guys, I almost looked at him and went, Duke? Like, are you Duke? And he would have just looked at me like, are you okay? Because why are my worlds always colliding? Anytime I read books, this is why I stay away from fiction books, because the lines start blurring and they start getting so blurred, like I don't even know what's going on. I can't differentiate what is real and what is not anymore, because Duke was written so well that he literally felt like a real person. And then I'm there about to ask my Uber driver whether he's Duke. Please help me, or help me, please. Anyway, but yeah, I really love the way Duke's character was written, and I really appreciated the characterization of all the other characters as well. Another thing that I really appreciated about the book is that, I mean, while it, was a page turner and there was romance and things like that, and you just wanted to keep on reading, and it had some action and dramatic plot twists, it actually tackled some very, very important and deep themes, such as love, grief, loss, mental health challenges, and the stigma often associated with mental health challenges, even family, and just culture, and a bunch of other things as well. And I really love the way the author was able to explore these deep themes through the characters, whether it's through the plot twists, through the stories that were told, especially that theme of grief and the one of loss. I really, really loved the way she was able to exploit through these characters. And it really brought the book to life, because I mean, these are themes or things that are actually relatable to us, even as human beings, even as we have our own human experiences as we journey through life. So yeah, all in all, I really, really enjoyed this book. I recommend any day, anytime. My verdict for this would be a strong 4.5 stars over 5. And if you're looking for a nice fiction book to pick up and read, something that would keep you turning the pages, something that will have you gasping, and if you're dramatic like me, maybe hollering in the middle of the night saying, ewo, how, what, maybe you would pick it up and you will enjoy it. So let me know in the comments if you've read it before, or if this is something that you will pick up to read. So thank you, Shewa. I dedicate this book review to you, because you're the one that got me to read this book, and I'm glad that I picked up this title by Adeswuwa O'man Nwokedi. I'm definitely looking forward to reading more of her books, and I hope that a lot of them, if not all of them, come out in hard copy so that I can carry them around and be reading them. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you would want to try, or if this is something that you have read. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.